Hello and thank you, gentlemen. Joe, it is time to spend another day with me. Your favorite thing in the world is we commentate Cold War, and I feel underdressed. I did not know that people were going to have ties on and blazers. You're in a sweater. Oh, most of these events we just been wearing like gaming gear.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here once again with the release of the Kraken tournament for the Florida Mutineers presented by After Dark Esports. Thank you again to our sponsors, Gift of Life, Astro Gaming, and Scuff Gaming. We also have the winner to announce for the Scuff controller giveaway here in just a second. But as we get back into the control, we've got Havoc stream up once again. We weren't able to get the Codcaster, so this was just so much easier for us to do. And as he finds one there, a huge kill when it's 8-5 at the end of the round. And on Crossroads Strike, a very small map. The rounds are going to go by extremely fast, but it's going to be high octane and great caliber gameplay. And as you see, Havoc almost is able to take down the second one as well. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find that kill, but they are on the defense still. 6-5.
And coming through here, that's looking like B is going to be the Eye of Affection. Shots in, shots out, and that's going to be your Havoc squad taking round number 2.
Folks, if you haven't realized already, we did have to join up into this one a bit late. Obviously, we're seeing the tail end of this control map, but we wanted to get it on screen for you anyway since we came in during the hard point. We got the S&D, and well, now we're about to finish the control here. And as you see, Skies with the play of the game, some beautiful shots there on the GodRx, who is pushing through middle map in. And again, just a great round once again from the side of Havoc. They didn't win that first hard point, but after the S&D, the momentum surely on their side now as they're up 2-0. Still a lot of time for Fly High to come back inside of this matchup. But this, again, we can go back to the question, talking about control now. Is it too many lives on the map like Crossroads Strike where it's just such small chaos all the time? Or is it on the longer maps where that becomes an issue?
I mean, when you have a map like this with a little catwalk like this, there's going to be so many kills that come across through there. That is just an absolute killing field cemetery after everything is said and done. Havoc, going a little flank action. We talked about this earlier. That's one. Mox ended with a headshot again, so I think actually every Havoc kill we've seen so far has been a headshot from him so far, so some really good shot placement for him.
Pushing back up once through middle map again. Two teammates on the A side trying to go ahead and defend with their lives, but the team kill there from the side of Pander is going to be very costly, but Kismet takes Havoc down. Some shots with the MP5 weren't enough. We're no match for that FFAR. And again, we talk about maps and, of course, the guns that are going to be used on the maps. And even with the damage reduction to the MP5, we are still seeing that being used at full force here on side of Crossroads Strikes. Pushing over towards the tank is going to be Havoc once again up in towards this A site, trying to capture the zone, and they're going to be able to find a kill there. Semtex out, stun over towards that left side, playing his life now. He's got to be careful that no one can come through behind for the flank. However, he's going to be all by his lonesome as his teammates spawn up all the way across the map. However, they've gotten a fair amount of kills in order to go ahead and give him the ability to go ahead and fight and fend for his life in the hill. Unfortunately, he'll get taken down as the side of Fly High regain control.
Yeah, so it's not easy to get a player like Havoc to have not recognized a hitbox, right? Left side there, those little shelves that were in the back left corner from his perspective on that A side. He literally looked across him, wasn't able to tell because of the dark background. So interesting stuff. A position that I can guarantee will be used by players throughout this map's use. Now, still looking. Havoc has mostly preferred that A side and really has gotten a solid amount of production on it. But how it goes through the rest, you turn away from this catwalk, you will die 9 times out of 10.
Well, they got up onto this B site. They're going to be continuing to look over and have support for this player that's just laying down, but they are going to be eventually able to
with
get
the headshot
down
with the
that
pistol.
site. And my goodness, that is just beautiful, beautiful work right there. But as they continue to push around this right side of the map, they're going to still have to control this A site, and they also need to go ahead and find the guy that's on the tractor, yeah, the tank.
You can call it a tractor.
Right side of the map. Stun out, going to be pushing up with his teammates now over towards the back right behind Havoc is actually going to be a player that is overwatching with AR support, but in middle map, a huge FFAR kill there from GodRx, and he's been huge all map long. He's been in those positions throughout the entirety of this round to really disrupt the push from the side of Team Havoc, but now as Havoc rotates through this outer B side, he's going to be able to find one. A player playing out towards the left is going to take him down, so trades galore here as we wind down these kills.
Yeah, so Fly High now seeing a couple different players who get called out for not paying attention to their corners, not checking those corners, and moving on a little bit aggressively. Yeah, this is a Havoc player who's just making this look easy at this point, really. The way he is able to come through and provide pressure isn't going to be able to get nothing going on that. Kismet takes him out this time.
It looked like he should have probably gotten that kill with the amount of of bullets he actually put into the player, but unfortunately the switch does come through, so the bait and switch works out for the side of Fly High. Kismet gets a little bit weak. The Semtex is going to be across. No trophies there to go ahead and contest, and some beautiful shots there after the stun comes through to follow up with that kill. And now Havoc can play a little bit differently here. He can play a little bit sneaky like the greasy player he is, and as his teammates able to go ahead, push up onto the A site, control the entirety of it, that is going to do it. 3-0 victory, and that is going to lead them with a 2-1 victory in this best-of-3 series. Havoc and co go on to beat Team Fly High, and unfortunately they are out of the tournament, but still in our hearts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The single elimination format here does not allow for any losers later on in this one. Now, big numbers put up here for Havoc. I think that said 31-24, so a decently impressive kill-death ratio for this guy, and we'd rather have nobody else on stream, right, if we can only have one.
Oh, of course. And, well, Daddy Havoc, as some might call him, is a strapping gentleman, to say the very least. But no, great game, great control game, and that's kind of what we just saw almost twice in a row in the last 2 series. We've commentated it, yeah. Make fun of it in the chat, guys. I know you're going to. We've commentated over, and it's been those 2 maps that go back and forth between the hardpoint and the S&D, and then one team all of a sudden just 3-0s in the control, and it's over in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, control just really being not obviously the deciding point for a best-of-3 that gets tied up between games 1 and 2, but really just a defining factor. So many of these have gone down so lopsided after we've seen games 1 and 2 that are otherwise decently evenly distributed, right? Like, yes, there's obviously there's going to be score differentials between games 1 and 2, but game 3, the controls just really seen what? Have we seen any controls actually where teams gotten more than 1 point against 3? On stream, of course.
I'm not 100% sure if we have.
I don't think we have,
but
yeah,
I will
my memory
say this,
serves.
Those games that we just saw, those rounds of control, were not blowouts by any sort of the imagination. I mean, those were very close rounds all the way down to the end. We saw on the life count, both teams were around 5 to 6 each time. It was just one team was able to push up and get onto the site better than the other team was, and once you break into that A or B site, it's hard for the defensive team to really push back in just because of how close the corridors are and where the ARs can line up for power positions and where some subs can sit in corners. So credit to the side of Team Havoc for getting up into those buildings and being able to control those different sites, and also credit to the side of Fly High for keeping it as close as they did after Team Havoc was even able to push up into the building. But of course, Tugboat, one lucky person, is going to be walking away with a Scuff gaming controller, and well, we have the winner here. Tugboat.
Do I have the honors?
Oh,
yes, absolutely.
I will give you all of the honors.
Absolutely.
Announce this name with pride and joy.
There you go. So, want to give everybody a little pride and joy. Really did fill up the chat. I gotta say, love to see it. Love to see it.
But was a lot of spams.
It was a lot of spam. Yeah, we're
a lot of Scuff spam.
Exactly.
That's what we love.
Exactly. So, in the end, though, it was chosen randomly. Of course, I was kidding earlier about the boots on the ground jetpack decision. But yes, Sleepyhead SL33PY Head 97. You have won yourself a Scuff controller. The Florida Mutineers admin will be in contact with you soon to get you your free esports hardware and that top tier stuff. Again, a good shout out to our sponsor, Scuff Gaming. We do appreciate the sponsorship and making this organization this competition possible. Excuse me.
Just like my Scuff game, or excuse me, just like my Astro headset, I use a Scuff Gaming controller at home as well. Every single time I hop on the toy, and I can say from past experience, it's going to elevate your gameplay a whole hell of a lot. Especially with those paddles in the back. One of the things that really just makes a Scuff is the ability and access of having those paddles on the back and the durability of the controllers in general. I've had the same Scuff controller for about 2 years, and I've yet to have any problems with it.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
That just goes to show that there is a lot of durability in those products. And of course, Scuff Gaming is a company that we always have loved to work with. We work with them in the Kraken Bounties, and we're so happy to have them.
You almost ate one of the controllers on stream. Yeah, it was impressive.
When I say I love my controller, I mean
was to make it a part of himself, literally. That's like COD passion, COD dedication here for you. This is McCornmeal. I'm FBI Tugboat. We're going to have some more action coming out for you here in just a second. It'll be hot. We'll be back from a break in just a little bit. Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Florida Mutineers $25,000 Release the Kraken event. I'm McCornmeal, that's FBI Tugboat, and we are finally ready to get underway for our match before the semifinals. We are in the quarters right now. It's Arsity, Simp, Scump, and Dashi going up against the former Carnage Gaming roster of Sicario Gaming now. Gunsy, Pure, Nightmare, and Rizza. Right side of the map is Sicario, left side of the map is FaZe Optic. 2 duos from Optic and FaZe, as well as the entire quad
Quartet.
Quartet, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Quartet from the side of Sicario Gaming.
Yes, sir. They're not going to be playing instruments today of the musical variety. This will be instruments of death, doom, and delirious destruction. Mass warfare here as the hardpoint is on. This is the right side. Sicario Gaming taking the lead now after a solid little effort put in from our FaZe Optic squad. 19 points for them. Hardpoint ending now with 27 to start.
The problem for them is they don't have the spawns over towards P2, and the Optic FaZe does. So right off the rip there, it's going to be Scumpy finding the final kill there for the trade, finding the initial time inside of P2. 50 seconds left on this point, so still a lot of time for a potential break. And for the side of FaZe Optic to go ahead and hold a lot of time, but now 4 down for the side of Sicario, Dashy, Simp, Scump, Arcides, all on a tear thus far early on in the game. A small lead for Sicario, but now FaZe Optic looking to bounce back. 30 seconds left, still have plenty of time.
Across the middle, that's going to be Pure called out there as his teammates were not anywhere to be found. That's the second team kill in a row for our FaZe Optic squad. Gunzy and the rest of Sicario doing a good job of stopping that momentum in its tracks. Now a couple kills going back and forth as FaZe Optic taking a mild lead here, now doubling up 30 to 60 as this hardpoint has about 10 seconds left before we see our third.
It's only going to be about a 40-point lead, so just one good hill from the side of Sicario can bring them directly back into this game. They've got the good spawns for this hill as well.
Hey, Scumpy!
Scump, my goodness! On a 3 spree, dipping, dodging, diving around the head glitches in order to find his prey, and Scump is going to continue to go on a tear. He's got 3 in a row, now make it 4, as he's going to try and slide off this door potentially here, as his teammates are just going to be playing a little bit passive. They got to get out there, though, for the spawns up next. Arcides takes down Gunzies. Scump is going to find another one, almost is able to take down Pure. Finally meets his demise, but Sicario Gaming getting the contest. Arcides tries for the punch, but they hold on, at least for the time being, until Simp takes us with not even shock, or excuse me, not even SMG in there and stops that part.
Yeah, right. Cut the music. That's how it stops there for our Sicario Gaming squad. FaZe Optic back all over this one. A little bit shy, just shy of, 2.5, almost tripling up. Now, speaking of Simp, that is just shy of the triple up. Scump is the one with the 12-to-4 ratio. Now, 75 seconds now means that Scump has put in more time onto these hard points than the entirety of Sicario Gaming.
Pushing up here, Arcides has the advantage down below here. Potential sneaky around the back, but now it's going to be the side of Sicario who actually spawn over towards that left lane, and it's going to allow them to hold down this hard point for a little bit of time, but now the pinch is going to come through. Riz is going to be able to take down one in Scumpy, another one's going to be coming through the back. That's going to be Dashy trying to make a late flank play here. He's going to get some shots, but Dashy and Simp working in tandem to find a pair over towards the hill. Nightmare finally takes Dashy out from the spawn, so this could be a little bit more time for the side of Sicario. Simp is able to get him with the pistol with the help from Arcides, but still Sicario will hold on strong. About a 40-point game once again. Sicario does have the advantage here in terms of scrap time with about 20 seconds. The FaZe Optic are just going to let this one go, and now it's all about the rotation over towards back to P1 on this tank. Nightmare trying to figure out how he wants to play this.
But towards the end of this, we'll look at about 85 points for the side of Sicario. Just like that, like my man Cornmeal said, a single hard point really separates these two from a not great difference. Over the side, Sump finding the first headshot on a Nightmare, and the rest of the red squad, that's Sicario, now coming through the middle here. That catwalk is always going to yield a lot of kills. Little explosion action from Gunzy against Arcides up top, and Simp makes it look easy.
Easy is an understatement. His gun did not move there, even with the MP5 recoil that they changed a little bit with the patch earlier today. That thing is still not moving. Rizzo looking to push up here with the FAR in his hand, but as Scumpy on the head glitch is there, he's not even going to stand a chance. Done and dusted before he can even peek his head around the corner. Scump looking to find another one inside of this B-bomb building, but as we stand right now, the rotation should be held down by the side of Optic FaZe for that P2 rotation after the tank here. And even though they're breaking in for a little bit of scrap time here, scrap time's not going to win him the games. 40-second to 50-second holds is going to be what does that.
Yeah,
especially if they want to get back into the game.
That's fair. Speaking of these KDs, that Simp now really pushing through in the lead. They're 18-8, more than doubling up for this guy. Fantastic stuff. New hard point, new lease on life, and new points to be awarded here as everybody trying to flow on into the next hard point.
They don't want to go away just yet. They're trying to set up a little bit of a pinch play around the outside. Pure's going to find one. Nightmare gets traded out, though, so a three-man push here from the side of Sicario actually turns into a little bit of a breaking and entering point here. They're going to be able to find their way inside of the hill. Now it's just going to be about making sure they cut down a few crucial lanes outside of the hill. Nightmare's going to take down Dashy. The retake in towards P2 is commenced. Nobody around except for Rizza, the last one alive. He gets taken down, and 30 seconds should be all theirs. At least another 10 to 15 seconds before they're able to make a solid push to even try to contest this hill. It seems like they're just going to chalk it up to the wayside. Go ahead, rotate over towards that next point. Optic phase looks so good thus far, and maybe this is the reason why they're rotating.
That would be fair assessment right there. 170 or so if they stay on this one towards the end. No, looks like, yeah, oh, okay, never mind. Blue players just kind of flirting back and forth with that.
Huge
That's
kill.
Scumpy spending the last couple seconds on there. Rizza falling towards the end, and just like that, otherwise a gunfight that would have gone entirely for Sicario gets evened up a little bit. Simply turning back around, giving a little turn and burn action. Is this one opening up? 50 seconds on it. Getting there is a lot easier said than done.
Sorry to cut you out there, but Sim just made an incredible play towards the back there. He stayed alive and waited for his teammates to rotate back towards him. What ended up happening there is not only is he allowed to get the spawns for this hill, but since the next hill is going to be right where he was in that backside there by that rock in P4, he's going to have spawns for that as well. So not only did he fuck Sicario out across the map, not only did he allow them not to really get a ton of time here in this P3 hill, but he really just made the best play for his team that he possibly could while everybody started to rotate around them. Fantastic stuff from Sim, the MVP. Coming out here today, showing why. Yeah, he's got that.
Not a simple man. You can not say that about him. He is a firebird, is full of kills and deaths and more. We have what? So this is FaZe Optic, who's spawned out by this P4. All the way across from north to south. 4 or 5 lives in a row now, per player, of course, like per team, excuse me. So 4 or 5 lives together. Simp laying down, playing the point, playing objective. The rest of Red, that's Sicario trying to move their way on into this. A very far spawn for old Dashies. He's got an absolute trek to get across this map.
Weird split spawn there that you pointed out by Dashy as well.
Yeah, Simp spawning even farther south than him. Just like that, Sicario Gaming with really advantageous spawns is just going to be able to come right up in here, cover up a little bit. And actually, again, easier said than done when your Simp has got that MP5 in hand. 27-13 for that cat, looking real cool.
Well, there's still about 28 seconds left in this last hardpoint, and it's all going to come down to a huge break here from the set of Sicario if they can stay in this game. If not, they're going to be down by almost 100 points and have to play perfectly from here on out through the rest of the game. It's very possible, but right now, with the slaying power we're seeing out of the side of FaZe Optic, I don't think they're looking to slow down one bit. I think they're going to end this game here on the next point. We'll see how the break goes. Nightmare's on the outside with that AK, looking to see if he can find maybe a couple shots there onto the player of Simp, but as they go ahead, relocate their players, maybe move around the map just a bit more. This FaZe Optic push is going to be a bit deadly here, but as Pure picks up 2, he's got himself on a 2 streak now, is able to take out the last one in the hill almost, and there he goes. Simp's going to fall to the wayside, and that is going to allow for the side of Sicario to have a little bit of control, and this is where it basically starts for the side of Sicario. If they want to come back to this game, they've got to play perfect, though, here through the rest of the game, and with a push like that from Scumpy, it's virtually impossible.
The Scump Simp combination here, that duo just doing everything in a bag of chips. 29-14 for Simp, Scumpy looking at 22-17. RCD's Dashing not doing poorly by any means, but these are the names we're talking about for a reason. Hardpoint 1 moving off in about 20 seconds, but this is Red. He's got to get in there and contest all the way through. RCD's playing the cutoff man perfectly. 250 will end this first matchup. 147 on the other side.
Great game there by the side of FaZe Optic. The side of Sicario, they had a very valiant... I can't talk today, Doug, but they had a valiant effort there towards the end to try and bring that one back a little bit. It was close at the beginning, but unfortunately they're just at the midpoint of this game, and towards the end they just had no response for the aggression from FaZe Optic. They were hitting their shots, they were finding their kills, and of course that play from Simp that we highlighted a bit beforehand was able to give them an advantage of about Well, I said it was going to be a short break, Tugboat, and well, here we are. It's time for the Search and Destroy, and I believe they decided to play a different map other than Armada, which is completely fair. We've got Moscow S&D, and well, a bit of a weird strat right off the rip. We talked about it beforehand. We said that the A-bomb was the preferred site for everything, but it's actually going to be the B-bomb that the side of Sicario decided to rotate on over to first, and well, it's very interesting to see that come out right out of the gates.
Indeed, indeed. Do need to mention this. Sicario Gaming now on the left side in the blue, that's CIA. FaZe Optic, the Simp Dash Scumpy R-Cities squad. On the right, the Spetsnaz. Now, Spetsnaz are not the KGB. The Spetsnaz were the military, like, special forces here. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, bro, I'll take your word for that. But Dashy now in a 1 versus 2 here to end the round. He's got a sniper in his hands, and we know how good the snipers are and how good they can be. Over towards that right side, he's got Rizza, tries to get the snipe onto him quickly. Oh, he's almost able to get him there, but it is going to be a Semtex over the top now. Pushes up with that pistol, but not going to be able to find anything special. He was going and hoping to get lucky there, but unfortunately, Sicario had other plans for his demise. Round number 1 goes their way. Hopefully, some momentum on their side after that Game 1 performance, even though it was completely lackluster. FaZe Optic definitely had most of it in their hands.
That is entirely fair. Some really impressive gameplay here towards the end, and ultimately just not able to get a whole lot done with that sniper. I mean, he had a lot of angles to watch.
Yes.
Only had a pistol on the other side. That is not necessarily his fault whatsoever. Hey, we saw Tundra back with the sniper rifle at the side of FaZe Optic.
Defense over towards the A site for Sicario. Looks like it is going to be a bit of a mid push here from the side of FaZe Optic. Up through the middle, R-City is going to be that first aggressor with that FFAR in hand, the FAMAS, trying to push up and be a little bit more retroactive on the map. It looks like they might actually go ahead and opt for a potential B push here. The smoke is going to be out. Gunzy tries to push through, isn't able to find the shots onto one, so they know where his position is, so the rotation back over towards the B bomb is going to be needed. Bomb is going to go down, so that is going to be a bit of an interesting, I guess, diversion away from that A site, but also in what we had thought previously coming into this, but a great nade there from Simp. The Semtex takes him down. A great trade there from Nightmare as he tries to get one to Dashy. I'm not sure if he turned and burned or not, but that would have been crazy. Now hopping on board with Gunzy in the 1 versus 3.
Yeah, it's a tall order and set ahead of Gunzy. Yeah, again, that's a matter of an angles. That's literally the same exact situation we saw towards the last, right? There's multiple players. They play their advantage. They come at this player from 2 different sides. Only one that you can watch at a given time. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's just knowing where your teammates are playing and being a veteran at the game for so long. Both of these 2 teams have had players that have been at the highest caliber of at least the amateur scene, as well as obviously the professional scene as well. So
that's fair.
both of these guys, both of these teams, everybody knows what they're doing inside of this game. It's just who is going to do it better for longer and for 6 rounds straighter, at least 6 rounds in total. But now we have the side of Sicario back on the offense. They went towards that B side last time, but they'll probably opt to go towards A, and that's exactly what they'll do. But they're going to be met with a force and a fury. 2 players split down the middle, 2 players over towards this A site from the side of FaZe Optic, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be Scumpy and R-Cities over towards this right side. We talked about it before. Who would be the duos for the side of FaZe Optic to run around the map together? Well, we see Dashy go ahead and rotate on back over. He's got the sniper out as well. Gunzy and Pure over towards the right, and a couple players over towards Escalators as well, pushing up through the map. It's going to be Pure not taking down Scumpy, leaving his teammates in the 3 versus 4.
He starts a decent little lane right there, not checking the top right and only later checking the mid left there for where players might be positioned, and that can be nothing if not predictable. 3-4 now for side of Sicario Gaming. Pure is out of this one. A lot slower, so we've seen this a lot too, right?
Ooh,
oh my,
snipe.
just catching the feet!
No!
Dashy giving him 2!
Okay. He gets 2 there with the sniper, his teammate back again. Tugboat. Dashy season is among us. It's time for him to reclaim the throne. He had a vendetta this season. He has a vendetta this season. He takes down
the
1,
flick.
drags on over to the 2nd, almost able to take down 3rd. If he would have got Nightmare, I probably would have ran out that door in the back there and screamed to the world, hallelujah.
The
Praise
studio
the
would
Lord,
not
Dashy.
be anymore. It would be destroyed with the absolute fire gameplay that we just saw. Dashy came within a hair's breadth of lining up that 3rd as well. We're doing beautiful stuff all the way through. Now, we are getting, again, what the past has predicted, right? Game 1, going very handily one side. Game 2, the search and destroy. Other team coming back a slapping. That's what we're looking at so far. 2-1 double up for the side of our Sicario Gaming squad.
4 versus 2 over towards the day site. Unfortunate plays by Sicario are going to catch them off guard. This is going to allow the side of FaZe Optic to be able to have the advantage over towards A. They should be able to get this bomb down over towards that side as well. And now with Pure having to back off because there's only 2 players over there with Pure and Nightmare, They're going to be able to push very aggressively to the right side. Shots out, not going to find anything. Arcity's now going to be on the prowl here, just waiting around the corner for somebody on Sicario to make a mistake or get overzealous on their push. The defensive team, remember, they don't have to move, so he can play this angle as long as he so chooses.
Absolutely. Outliers here, that's what we're talking about. Arcity's 4-1 for the side of FaZe Optic. Other side, unfortunately, Pure has not done himself a kill through these middle of fourth round now. Big stuff. Everybody on side of FaZe Optic is either positive or dead even. 25 seconds to go. We're on board with Rizza. He's trying to rotate around here. We've talked about these flanks all day long. He's trying to prove that one in spades. Pure out. Couple shots in. Trying to turn the corner. Does get there. That's Pure that fell for the side of Sicario. Just like that. Yeah, you can't count out FaZe Optic at any given time.
Oh, what a play by a Nightmare right there to be able to take down Scump right off the rip. He's going to almost be able to take down Simp, but those advanced mechanics, being able to chain that movement together, slides right in, is able to take him down already weak. He knew he could chow, and that's just great team play right there. All three of them together. You're going to see the trades coming right here. Dashy's going to bait out the player with the sniper, sits in the corner. Pure slides out. Arcity's is able to take down one, and then Nightmare with the last one alive over towards the right escalator player, and Rizza gets taken out. Beautiful work there. Great baits, great switches, and of course the trading working in perfect synergy for the sides of FaZe Optic.
Yep, and I was incorrect earlier. Sorry to have reported the news incorrectly. This is the Sicario Gaming Squad on the left at 1 and FaZe Optic on the right. When these teams switch, sometimes I get a little mixed up myself. 3-1 is FaZe Optic, and they took game one-handedly, and now this is disproving the past and not letting us be able to predict the future with the past by the winning team in game 1 coming through a slap. Speaking of slapping,
Gunzy's able to take Scumpy down. First blood goes their way, and this could be a huge round for the side of Sicario. They need to get over towards this A-bomb very quickly. They're going to be able to find 3. Now it all comes down to Simp. Can Simp find himself in the 1v4? He's got 1. Usually it's on the second player that falls. That usually costs the round in the 1 versus 4. He's got 1 in his corner. Simp's able to find the shots. Oh no, don't do it to him, Simpy. Don't do it to him. He's got the nade out. Simp is going to be able to probably escape with his wife. No, he's going to get taken down by it. Oh my goodness, if he would have been able to clutch that 1 versus 4 tugboat, again, it would have been the same beforehand. But Rizza, great kill there. He slides in, able to take down the sniper player of Dashy as well. Again, a great round from Sicario there. They push up, play aggressive, catch Simp all the way across the map, and some unfortunate positioning for what push that he thought might have been coming from Sicario's roster. Great plays.
Trying to cover different lanes. You can't be everywhere at once. The tail of the take the past, the past crossroads, and now Moscow game here has been, like I was saying earlier, the angles. These are players that realize when you should push advantages and are taking kills, especially those last ones, handedly left and right. Comes through the window. Gunzy tries to send him right back out.
Just like the Instagram models, Tug, it's all about the angles. As he jumps out the window, it's going to be Simp over towards the bomb. Arcity should be able to get up. Dashy won't be able to find the kill on Rizza with the sniper, so they'll even the playing field out at 3-3, just like the side of Sicario are trying to do with the game, down 2-3 at this point. But now 38 seconds left here inside of the round. Bomb is down over towards this B site. Scump with a beautiful trade from the teammate of Arcity who did fall, and he's able to find the second as well. Now a 1 versus 2, not going to happen. Optic FaZe, they look so good in the Search and Destroy, even though they've lost 2 rounds.
It's really back and forth, right?
It's back and forth in a sense, sure, but honestly, FaZe just seem like the better team.
It just seems like when FaZe Optic is dominant, they come through and there is no hope. But another rounds, it's entirely almost like equal. I want to say, and then you have players like Rizza, like Nightmare, who are absolutely popping off in individual rounds. Now, just stringing those performances together is the name of the game for your Sicario Gaming Squad. How they will do it, and if they will do it, a different story entirely.
2 streak for Scump and for Simp, 8-3 in the game for Simp as well, and now he's going to be pushing up towards the side. Arcides is going to be making a right side flank over towards his brick side down path walkway. Scumpy now going to be pushing around with his teammate as well. They don't see anybody there, and this might be a mid-map rotation all the way over towards the B-bomb, and that's exactly what will happen. Now it's going to be players 1 and I believe player 3 and Gunzy playing this corner together over towards the mid-map doors. The rotation now by Dashy over towards the back right rotation is going to come through with the sniper, so a 3 versus 3 as trades come through. Gunzy falls, so it's going to be now on the side of Pure to go ahead and find the kill, be traded out immediately. So now Dashy in a 1 versus 2 with a sniper. Yeah,
this is a solid situation for Sicario. We saw what happened last time Dashy was put in this situation, but we also saw that he can get these very quick kills out. Dashy now with an attempted defuse, but that's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah,
These players are rotating around this bomb site. They know exactly what to do, even if they do have the man advantage at the time. The ball has been put in the other court. The bomb has been armed and whatnot, and so now from there it's just chess, right? It's just simply moving players where you need them to be.
FaZe Optic got caught off guard that round too, because they didn't realize Sicario was going to go right off the rim. They didn't see anybody over towards that A site, but it also could have been a very slow push from Sicario towards the A site to catch the side of FaZe Optic off guard to maybe force them to rotate over towards middle or send at least one player over to check on the B bomb. However, they push up through mid-map there, don't see anybody over towards B. They know that the other opponents are over towards A, smoke out the B bomb, able to get that bomb down, and of course that led to a round win. And to your point, great trades going back and forth. These players are very, very experienced and skilled at the game, so they know exactly what kills, what moves, what plays they need to make, but there's going to be a snipe right off the rip. That is going to be Gunzy, who actually is going to take one down, make it 2 now as Pure finds a kill. This is a great round for the side of Sicario Gaming thus far. They just got to complete it and finish it out.
Yeah, this is what they're halfway to tying it up now. 3-4 after a couple rounds have been strung together for your Sicario Gaming squad. Now it's just what I say just. Now it's just a scumpiest game standing between them and another round win, but that is, again, way easier said than done. As we see right here, absolutely popping off, but the FAR does run out of bullets just like every other firearm on this planet. 4-4, tied up here is Sicario Gaming doing a fantastic job in round number 8.
He did not have an advantage right there to go ahead and turn around. I mean, it was a very nice play. It could have worked, but one, he was already weak from the challenge he had beforehand, and two, you had a pre-firing man across the map hiding in basically a bush cover as we're looking there. So a great round for Sicario. They finally come back and tie this thing up. Folks, we knew this match was going to be decent between the second best amateur team last year in North America and arguably one of the best teams here today in the Mutineers $25,000 release of the Kraken tournament. But now it is going to be a very aggressive B push for the side of FaZe Optic. Snipe's going to be traded out. Dashy will take down Pure. Gunzy finds a second onto Dashy, so that's 2 kills already by Gunzy with a sniper this round. Looks to go for more. Scump by his lonesome in that building with Simp all the way across the map. The second time he's done that this map and been caught off guard by it now in a 3 versus 2 scenario. Yeah,
the little bit of slower action as the bomb getting planted. I gotta say, it's just me or do those trophy systems look really creepy when they come out? Like, you can see them through in the coloring of them. It's almost like these little spiders going around. I'm not so much about it.
No, they come out of nowhere. Creepy crawlers.
Yeah, exactly. Hey. And don't make me quiver. I'm scared of that. I don't like spiders. I don't like spiders at all. Rizza finding one. Or Rizza falling.
Looking around with a sniper, he's going to fire one over towards his left. Oh, and we know how dangerous he can be with the sniper. Just 20 seconds left. Now, bomb down, I believe. No, the has to be picked up, so he's going to have to flank around the side here. He's got to get the defuse and the kill as well. So over towards the right, Simp looks for the kill. He's going to have to come up the ladder at one point or another. Won't be able to find the kill. So Simp, who had an opportunity with the clutch, falls short once again. This time it was a 1 versus 3. Last time it was a 1v4. Maybe next time we'll be able to clutch a 1v2. But now we're at match point here for the side of Sicario as they're up 5-4. We could be seeing a control between FaZe Optic and Sicario Gaming. That would make my entire day thus far.
Yeah, make a life more like it. Seriously, fantastic performances. This is a Sicario Gaming squad that is markedly better towards the second half of the Search and Destroy than the first. We were looking at 1 out of 4 players with a positive KD coming in to our later rounds, and now, not 1, not 2, but 3 players at least putting up even scores. Only big outlier for the other side is Simp at 11-6, but those are just Simp things. Everybody going on over towards A, 8 players within a tiny little rotative circle here is everybody falling. 1 for both squads on this Nightmare as well as Gumpy getting it going, but falls on the outside here. Does drop bomb as well. I'm certain this Sicario Gaming squad did see this. Pistola!
Oh, nope, that's it. Tugboat, GG, 6-4. Sicario Gaming will take the win in map number 2. They'll force a game 3 against FaZe Optic in the control on the same map as the Search and Destroy. We're going to be going to Moscow for control, but more importantly, we're going to a game 3 between 2 of the best teams in the tournament.
Yes, we wanted to go the distance in all of our stream games, and we have gotten that. We will not be denied, but for only one of these streamed matches so far. Yeah, these jackets do look fly. They definitely are hot, though.
They are. And, I might have a couple pitch stains after this is over, but You know, it's nothing compared to what they're sweating about on the map right now.
I can imagine.
You know, we might be out of breath talking about it, but I can't imagine what the emotions were during those last few rounds. And I think you got to credit Gunzy with the sniper there. Obviously, his teammates went huge in that last round to secure those first couple of picks, but we saw Gunzy take that sniper out. He was struggling beforehand, then all of a sudden was going positive at the end of the game. So it was like, okay, bud, like, all right,
flip the script,
take off and do your thing.
A little light switch. I'm going to start winning now. Love to see it.
He had the 2-piece in the game. He picked up Scump, and then he picked up Dashy in that round, the huge round to put them up 5-4. Then it was a round where both of the teams just basically said, screw it, we're going to rush in like the cavalry, and, well, sent him in. And it was the side of Sicario who got the best of FaZe Optic in that round of rushes. And now it comes down to control on Moscow. We said it before. We'll preview it now. Talk about what are you looking forward to on this map.
I mean, honestly, the more today goes, obviously I've played, extremely varied across all these maps. The more today goes, the more I'm convinced that Moscow might be the best overall map that we have available to us as of right now. I like Crossroads. Garrison can be good in certain situations. We already talked about that earlier. Not going to revisit that, but Moscow just seems like a very well-rounded map, and it has a little bit of something. We saw what snipers can do there. We definitely saw what SMGs can do there.
We saw what the FFAR can do as well.
Yeah,
that
the FAR,
was disgusting on that map. And I hate to say this, but the reason it's such a good map is because it brings us back to the traditional 3-lane Call of Duty maps that we know and love, especially when in a 4v4 situation, you can afford to send one guy middle map, but you better make sure he's when his one-on-ones or he's calling out immediately and not ego challenging something to get picked off immediately, because the man advantage is also important on the map as well. So, in 5 versus 5, you could send 2-2-1 or 3-1-1 or
split it up
like
a little
that.
bit.
You could split up your 3 lanes very, very easily, but in a game like this, you got to allocate your resources very, very wisely. And that's something that I think the adaptations really matched up to at the end of that game from the side of Sicario, as they were able to basically flip the entire game on its head and just win out through the rest of it.
Yeah, like you said, the adaptations, that really is going to be the trial by fire, right? Pressure sometimes crushes players, but pressure also makes diamonds, ladies and gentlemen. 6-4 is our search and destroy line for Sicario Gaming on that. Tying it up here now, we have basically purchased ourselves a one and done on the control point here from Moscow. At least that is the information that we've been getting. It's no Armada. That's what we've been getting a couple times in a row here now. But yes, as it comes to fruition, we are not seeing that wonky map played.
Honestly, I know that I'm kind of sad that we don't get to see a map like that being played, but I know the players are beyond happy to be able to play on Moscow multiple times, and well, that's exactly what we saw for the S&D.
Well, we have the script in front of us. We already know when they're going to play over there on Armada, and we already know who's going to win. So.
Honestly, if GAs can work, I think they can agree on the same map, and it'd be fun, especially when they might not want to play on a map that could be particularly fluky, as we say. But folks, as we wait to get into the control, we are going to throw it to a quick break. But when we come back, we are going to be seeing the end of Game 3, the conclusion of Sicario versus FaZe Optic. I'm McCornmeal, that's FBI Tugboat. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back.